some of you may be kind of noticing that I've been a little MIA for the past like maybe 2-3 months. Basically, since I hired you. You caused me to go MIA.
I know. I'm sorry.
And everyone's just like, where's this guy? You know, I mean, what the heck? You know, is he quit YouTube or something? Like,
right.
You know, actually the opposite. You know, we're doing a whole bunch of things. And actually the past 3 weeks really been just this studio. And that's really all I've been doing and all we've been focused on is just building this. And the good thing is that we had a lot of this already. You know, the sound foam was all up beforehand. So it was mostly the desk and, you know, the wiring and some of the technology and lighting, which we're still finalizing. We're still getting a whole bunch more light. And unfortunately, Amazon Prime isn't as prime as we wish.
No. You got it and it didn't make that big of a difference.
No.
It still
you would
takes
think
a
you'll
lot.
get it next day.
Right.
You guys would think you'll get your Prime next day. It used to be like that, I thought. Like next day delivery with Prime. No.
Right.
I'm still waiting on lights that I ordered earlier this week. Still a lot that's coming together. That's why we have like some of the fasteners still there, because literally after this podcast ends, I told you what we're doing.
Right.
Like we're going to have you start to edit this one so we can
fix
put
the
it out, and then I'm going to come in and put up the lights. We ordered LED lights all through this panel, all through this far wall over here. So we have a few panel lights.
Right.
And do the wiring back here and the wiring on the floor that's leading to the computers, and it's a mess right now.
Yeah.
As you know, I'm quite organized and
very, very organized.
Look at that face.
It's like,
yeah. I'm a little OCD organized. Like,
right.
I like things in their place. They have to be where they should be. Because otherwise you'll trip over things, and then like we're dealing with now, all these wires that are all hanging around. It's just really bothersome for me.
Do you ever lose your keys ever? Like your car keys?
No, because I put them in the same spot every day. You see them, right?
Right.
I always put them there. It has to be there, because otherwise I would lose them. The tape measure has been the one thing, right?
Right.
And I got 2 tape measures, and I happen to lose both of them all the time. What the frig?
It was great because I could relate to you, because I'm always losing my keys and phone all the time.
It's your keys that you lose?
Keys and phone. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm always like, can you call my phone? I don't know where I put it last. It's just little things like that. So
and they're black, too. So it like blends in with like practically anything except the white table.
Yeah. Everything I own is black, too. Yeah. So I can't find anything.
Yeah. But we should talk to them. We'll talk a little more about you as we go, but we should also tell them kind of like what we're doing here and what kind of like everything, like what kind of podcasts we're going to be making, as well as what we plan on doing with the studio and what they can expect. You know? So basically what we're thinking, I think we want to do a flat screen TV here.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a sign of some sort. We want to do the desk. Still has to be puttied and spackled all through here. This is all like massive panel gap because I'm not a professional carpenter. I'm just a carpenter that I just kind of pretend to be.
I mean, you figured it out. You didn't lose any limbs.
No, I still have all my fingers and limbs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was like the biggest win for me.
Neither one of us went to a hospital
or
anything.
Right? No, I don't think any real blood that was shed. I got a few scratches, but other than that. Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
I kind of stood by and watched. It's like, you cut that.
Yeah. I just kind of like had you hold some things.
Yeah.
And it was good moral support to feel like if I did like chop off my arm with a circular saw, like, you know, you can kind of be like, it'll be okay. You know, you don't need your right arm.
Yeah,
you know, it's just a right arm. You know,
just put it back.
Yeah, you can probably glue it back.
Right. That's exactly what I always do.
No big deal.
It's shaking as I call 911. Like, hello.
Yeah. Circular saw is no joke. It'd be pretty cool too, I think, to have for you all to check in to see the progress of the studio and see it all get built. And, you know, keep in mind, you know, we're doing this all ourselves. We're not hiring people here. Because when I first built this and I started building the first 2 frames of this, right? They're built in frames. I said specifically, I'm not building no countertop. That's not something that I know how to do. I'm not going that far to ever build a countertop in this podcast studio. And then what? 2 days later, literally it was 2 days later. And then
you were like, guess what?
we're building a countertop.
Yep.
Because the problem was I went to Home Depot and I asked them, I was like, yo, I want a countertop that's pretty cool. And they're like, no, you can't have a cool countertop, basically. You have these 4 designs you can have. And the lip can only be like 1.5 inches below the actual countertop surface. Like, no. That's it. And I'm thinking to myself, no, I don't want to make this podcast studio and have the counter on the desk here.
Right.
Which is basically the centerpiece of what you see most is the countertop, and have that actually look like a kitchen countertop.
Right.
We're not doing that.
No.
So
and this little step you added too, that was kind of by accident.
Yes.
You weren't planning this.
Yeah.
You were like, huh.
Because
cool.
because they cut the lumber wrong. Because we actually meant for this to be 25 inches, I believe.
Something like that.
Yeah. And then they cut it to be like 24.5.
Right.
And then that caused us not to be able to have as much leeway with the actual LEDs that we wanted to put in here. So we're like, oh, shoot. And then that's why we were like, okay, how do we fix this? And I kept thinking about it, and I was kind of all pissed off about it. I mean, you saw me. I was just kind of just in a bad mood, just really bad mood. And I get like that, right?
I know, I remember.
I just get kind of pissy. I don't yell. I just get quiet, and I just get just a sour look on my face, right?
Which is a little worse because if
is
you
it worse?
yell, I would be like,
over
okay,
with.
he's upset. But if you're all quiet, I'm like, are you okay? Should I do something? Should I give you space? I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know what to do because I'm just pissed, and I'm like, how am I going to change this now? I already got the lumber, and this wasn't cheap. I was like, oh gosh, they cut it wrong at Home Depot. Damn it.
Right.
But yeah, that caused us to actually think of creating this extra lip.
Right.
Well, I guess I thought of it, but whatever. But then we were just thinking of it, and then it was like, well, wait a second, we put an extra lip, it'll give some cool dimension. We also had extra lumber already,
right?
And we can just put the lights underneath that lip, and then it will shine down further onto whatever 3-dimensional metallic thing we decide to put in the front here. So that was the whole idea. Yeah. Keep playing with this. Yeah. If I don't mention it, people in the comments are just going to be like,
really?
why do you keep playing with your chapstick?